And welcome to the Houston Texans franchise rebuild. Here today, we have week 8 action versus the Arizona Cardinals. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of today's action, and don't forget to subscribe. As the Houston Texans have now dropped 2 of their last 3 weeks, and one of those weeks was a bye week, mind you, we now fall to 4-2, still second place in the AFC South, but Tennessee has this clear and obvious lead, and we now have a lot of questions. You know, so far throughout the early stages of this season, if you guys pay attention to down below and you look more to your right, you can see that we have a top 5 scoring offense, but we're 29th in yards and passing yards, 13th in rushing, defensively points per game, you know, ranked 26 but we're playing excellent against the run and excellent against the pass, but we just allow too many points. On the total offensive rankings, we're ranked 29th. Passing touchdowns, we have 10. Rushing touchdowns, we have 8. We lead the league in turnovers, and we're one of the worst third down teams. Defensively, you know, we have the number 3 ranked defense, but we're 22nd in touchdowns, but we're good in sacks and takeaways, and we're actually pretty bad in the red zone. So this kind of leads to a lot of questions and marks about this roster and moving forward, because here in year 4, this is the season where my expectation is for us not just to get to the playoffs, but get to a Super Bowl, to actually fight for it. And when I think you look at this roster right now, and I will be changing up the depth chart, Gardner will be starting here at tackle and Palmer will be starting here at tight end. I think that we're now in a position where offensively we need to make some sort of change here. And, you know, right now, Collins, Pierce, and Wilkerson can't carry the load completely. We need someone else. We need something here at wide receiver, and I think today, before this matchup here, we need to make a move and something to help out this offense and to help it out really now. When you flip it over to the defense, it's kind of a different story. You kind of have a different feeling, though. You can make the case here, we could use some players. You know, I think we have our starting 3 corners. I think we're okay here at corner. I think at linebacker, we have our guys, and we're good here. Safety, same thing. I think it's across the defensive line here. Don't get me wrong, our 3 young guys I like a lot, but I mean, a player like Cameron Hayworth, he has struggled this season. Hayworth, who we brought in here, and I hope that he could have been the big-time defensive tackle, he's done okay, and I took away some of his playing time last week, and you know, even a game that he completely started and he did nothing. We need to see more from certain players, but I think it's time to make some changes. So I went around the league and I looked at players that I looked at standings, and you know, we just kind of do this, and then I looked at all these teams all the way up here until the New York Jets. So from these 16 teams, or however many teams, I've looked through all these rosters and seen, besides obviously the divisional rivals, and basically sat there and said to myself, who could we target? And there's a few notable names here that I am going to be pointing out. Let's start here with the New York Giants. Now, there's going to be 6 teams we're going to go through very quickly. Here with the New York Giants, there's 2 players. For starters, Leonard Williams. Williams here is a 11th year starter. He's more of a defensive, he would play more defensive tackle for us, but Williams would add a presence in the interior that I think would make a whole lot of sense. You know, he's a veteran. You know, he hasn't done that much. He's an expensive player, but it would make a whole lot of sense for us to want a player like this to come in here and booster this defensive line. Though maybe a move that a lot of you guys would want me to make is to make a trade here for Kayvon Thibodeaux. Now you might be wondering here, wait, Thibodeaux is 24 years old. He must want to stay in New York, right? He doesn't. New York is one of the worst teams, and they've been one of the worst teams here in the franchise, and Kayvon has not had this production that he's had in the previous 3 seasons. And I think this would make a whole lot of sense, as you guys can see the interest here in terms of motivations. He has no interest here in really New York. And this would make a whole lot of sense if we wanted to go out there and get a 24-year-old pass rusher or for our defense. And it would make, in my opinion, a whole lot of sense to go get, you know, a top-tier edge rusher. Now, would that mean that we're replacing Steven Dalton and his production? Yeah. But can Kayvon go out here and be the guy? Potentially, and I would hope so. But Thibodeau is definitely on my list here. The next team that we're going to talk about here is the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers, there's one target, and that's DJ Moore. Now, Moore here would be immediately our third receiver. He would be our slot guy, you know, and he would make a whole lot of sense here to be the slot receiver. You know, he's entering in his last year of his contract. He hasn't had a 1,000-yard season in this franchise at all. And I think that DJ would want to, and he wants to leave here in terms of the Carolina Panthers. And I think it would make a whole lot of sense for us to make this type of move to get a booster over Devin Duvernay, even though Duvernay had a good week last week. Then you turn to San Francisco. San Francisco, same story here, but this time I'm going to just point out Calvin Ridley. You know, Ridley's same thing. You know, he would be an excellent slot receiver. He has good hands. He has solid release. And, you know, Ridley, as a receiver here, hasn't posted up 1,000 yards, has barely even eclipsed 650. And he hasn't even scored over 4 touchdowns. I mean, I don't think Ridley would want to be here. It says he does, but I doubt it. I really doubt that Ridley would actually want to stay here, especially with a team right now with a quarterback carousel in terms of Zach Wilson and Jimmy Garoppolo. So the Niners moving off of Ridley would make a whole lot of sense. We then flip it over here to the Washington Commanders, and you might be saying, the Commanders? What do you mean? Well, don't forget, they drafted Zach Parman, who's been getting a lot of playing time. They also have drafted, and they also have two quality defensive tackles, but Chase Young here hasn't had a great season. He has 2 years left on his deal, I believe. He does kind of want to be here, but this kind of also makes some sense here. You've had a slow start to this season. Your team isn't doing well. The Commanders might want to move off of him. I know he's had 2 very good seasons, and this might be the reason I don't move or make the move for Chase Young, but Young is in play in my opinion. The next team here is the New York Jets here, and we'll start here immediately here with a John Franklin Myers trade. Myers is a veteran, same kind of story, you know. He has had a slow start. He had a good season, but, you know, he had a good year a year ago, but these other seasons haven't been great. New York is an average team. He has no interest in being here, and who knows what New York will want to do with him. And it's kind of the same story here at wide receiver. You have Elijah Moore, you have Odell Beckham Jr., but does Garrett Wilson want to be here in New York? Wilson, in this franchise, has done really nothing. He dealt with injuries in his second season. He has never eclipsed over 1,000 yards or even over 5 touchdowns. And Wilson has no interest in terms of being here at the receiver position. So he would be the young target guy to go get. And then finally, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Chase Claypool here. Now Claypool, a veteran receiver, a little bit younger, has a couple years still on his in terms of being able to develop. Never a 1,000-yard receiver. You know, he's still their number 2 guy, but he has no interest in staying. He's in his last year of his deal. So in reality, the question that to start off in today's episode, if we're going to make a move, do we go after a top-tier edge rusher, or do we go after a veteran or a veteran receiver? And I do think that we need a wide receiver. I really do. And before we even talk about the Cardinals, and I know we have yet to even talk about the draft, we need to make a trade. And that's what we're going to do. And out of all these receivers, so between Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson, as well as Chase Claypool, the problem with a lot of these guys is that DJ Moore, he's a true number 1 receiver. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us to go get him. For Garrett Wilson, he's going to want the bag. I don't want to give him the bag. So that just kind of leaves Calvin Ridley and Chase Claypool, and I actually kind of prefer Chase Claypool. So let's go make a move for Claypool here. You know, Pittsburgh needs a quarterback. Their top positions is defensive tackle, quarterback, defensive end, center, and right outside linebacker. So if we're gonna make a move for Chase Claypool, you know, if we start here at right outside linebacker, Alonzo Carter, they like him. They do. So I would move off of him. Let's look at center real quick. Not gonna look to move off of either one of those two. Right end. I mean, Antonio Macklin, I mean, this is kind of a dick move on our end, but no, I'm not looking to straight away Stephen Dalton. Quarterback, I mean, I would consider moving off of Ryan Tannehill, but they have very little interest in him. And then defensive tackle, where we have our most depth here. I mean, I would be willing to move off of a guy like a BJ Hill. So, I mean, maybe we make a move like this. We're gonna trade BJ Hill for Chase Claypool here. They're right around the same overall. They're both veterans, but we'll sweeten the pie here by throwing in a draft pick, where we do have some extra draft capital for this up and coming draft. We made some moves. We have 2 6s, 2 5s, and 2 4s. Where I think this move would make a whole lot of sense to give up a 5th round pick. So let's see if we can make a deal here. Ooh, so close. Okay. So they want a little bit more for Chase Claypool. I mean, I would be willing to give them a 4th round pick for Chase, even if it's for, wow, they really don't want to move off of Chase Claypool. Okay. Let's see Calvin Ridley. So here we are with the 49ers now. They have, their needs are they have left tackle, wide receiver, right end, quarterback, and defensive tackle. So, okay. So for Ridley, let's start here with defensive tackle. I mean, these would be the 2 defensive tackles I would be willing to move off of. So BJ Hill, yes. Quarterback, same thing. I mean, I would be willing to move off of Ryan Tannehill. They have kind of some interest here. Right end, same thing. I wouldn't want to move off of. I mean, I would be willing to move off of Devin Duvernay for Ridley, do a receiver swap. And then you have left tackle, and it's kind of the same thing. I don't really want to move off of either one. I think it kind of goes down to, I mean, I would be willing to move off of BJ Hill and giving up, you know, what, this 4th round pick. I would be willing to do this, and we have a deal done. We're officially trading away BJ Hill, as well as a 4th round pick for veteran receiver Calvin Ridley. Now, Ridley will come in here and immediately be an upgrade over Devin Duvernay, and immediately become a starter. So now, what about the defensive players? So now we have players, in my opinion, to really kind of put forth. That's Kayvon Thibodeau, Chase Young, and John Franklin Myers. The player that I would love to go get is Kayvon Thibodeau. Thibodeau would be a fun player to go get. He's 24 years old. Can we make some sort of move here? I don't know. New York needs corner, quarterback, defensive tackle, center, and left guard. I know they also need a wide receiver. Now, I would be willing to give them Devin Duvernay if they have any interest. I would also be willing to give up our 1st round pick over the next 2 seasons. So Duvernay and 2 1st round picks, should I make this move? I don't know. I mean, this is a lot of future draft capital for a young defensive lineman that is struggling. Do we make a move like this? Or do we sit here and look at a team like the New York Jets, who, you know, we can sit here, trade them Duvernay, and go and give them a 2nd round pick, because this is something that I would be more than willing to do. Give up a 2nd, and I'll sweeten the pocket a little bit more, but give them Duvernay, because we're gonna go after Myers here, and we give up, let's make it our next year's 3rd round pick. Should we make a move like this? in every single one of my franchises, we've had John Franklin Myers. And I do think adding a guy like a Myers would really help this defense. Even if it's just for the short term. I know Thibodeau will most likely hit free agency, but I think that John brings a little bit more to this defense, and we're gonna try to make this happen. Oh my, they need a little bit more. They need a little bit more here. Okay. I mean, this would force our hand. Don't forget this. Myers has an expiring contract here. It would probably force our hand here to re-sign him. Plus, I would probably want to re-sign him. I mean, I would be willing up to give up our next year 2 second-round picks, and we do. So we're trading away Devin Duvernay and 2 second-round picks for John Franklin Myers, an aging defensive lineman. But we just went out there and really improved this roster. We went out there, we moved off of Duvernay and BJ Hill to bring in Calvin Ridley. Ridley here is a veteran who's bounced around the league, and I'm hoping that Ridley can come in here and be our 3rd receiver, and I'm excited to have him. And then we went out there and traded for, where is he? John Franklin Myers here. Myers here is a veteran who has been in every single one of my franchises and is one of my favorite players. And I think that he can play anywhere across the defensive line. So I'm excited to have these 2 new additions. Let me know down below if these were the right moves here. But now we've made a lot of trades. We made a lot of moves. Let's go talk about the Cardinals. And this is our matchup here, is the Arizona Cardinals here, as they're led by Buda Baker. They have DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Slater, but Kyler Murray here, he's out. He's injured. First quarterback injury. He has a torn pec. He's out for the rest of the season. Who's their quarterback? 3rd-year quarterback, Trayman Davison. 3rd-year quarterback here out of Miami of Ohio. Okay, so he's a strong arm quarterback. He's the guy. So this is a good quality team here, even without Kyler Murray. They have talent at wide receiver. They got Tommy Tremble, Slater, who they just brought in through free agency. They've really beefed up this offensive line. This is a very quality Arizona team here. This should be a very fun matchup, and hopefully with our new additions, we can get back to the winning column here. We do have a player breakout chance before we get into today's action. Let's go see what this is all about. And it is towards Paul Wilkerson. Let's go challenge Wilkerson and see what this does. And welcome to Houston here in week 8. It's the Arizona Cardinals versus the Houston Texans, as the Texans have just made 2 massive moves, trading for both Calvin Ridley and John Franklin Myers to join this squad here, as Houston is trying to make themselves a Super Bowl contender even further here. And they're trying to get back into the winning column here, as they're going to play against the Arizona Cardinals. They do not have Kyler Murray. 3rd-year quarterback Davison will be the starting quarterback here and trying to keep this team afloat here. Last week for Mason Pryor, he struggled here, but he has a new target here in Calvin Ridley, the veteran receiver who has moved around a little bit. He was a Falcon, and then for a few seasons he was a Niner. So we're hoping that Calvin Ridley can boost up this receiving core. We're also hoping that Myers can come in here and help out our run defense, as well as bringing a dynamic to our edge rushing. We have a lot of players. We have a lot of playmakers going to go get the quarterback, and hopefully it can continue here today. And here comes 3rd-year quarterback Mason Pryor. 10 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Last week threw 3 interceptions, but had his best completion percentage. How the hell do you do that? Hopefully that Mason Pryor can have a bounce back week this week, and we need him to. Houston here will start at their own 25-yard line in the I formation. Pryor, play action fake. He looks to throw here. Slings it over the middle here for Nico Collins. Last week had a big-time day, and he will start here today with an easy 25-yarder. Gotta feel the urgency here. If you're Houston, they want to get back on top of this division here. Here goes Nico Collins, back-to-back receptions. Easily his best start so far of the campaign. Pryor will turn to a 3 tight end formation here. Here goes Damian Pierce up the middle. Pierce, the young back here, and he's gonna stumble, and he's gonna fight for 10. Second down and inches here. Pryor the shotgun takes the snap. He looks to throw here, and he wants Paul Wilkerson, who beat the one-on-one coverage. Touchdown, Houston, as Houston will take the early advantage here in week 8. And here comes third-year quarterback Tremon Davison. 14 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He's the new starting quarterback because Kyler Murray tore his pec, and he's the guy here. He's trying to keep this Cardinals team afloat. Arizona will start at their own 25-yard line here. And an I formation, going with a little pitch here, but Nick Bosa in the backfield over Howard. What a job there by Bosa. We're going to see a lot of different players across this front four. They have so much talent here. They want to go get the quarterback. Here is Dawson here, and he's going to settle underneath here to Hopkins. Here comes a 3rd down and 9 here. Dawson has to look to throw. He needs this conversion. Settles underneath here to Tommy Tremble, and Tremble will get the first down. I'm really hoping with the 2 new additions to the for the offensive defense, these guys can come in here, play well, and help out our team, maybe even a little bit into the future here. Here's a little play action fake, looks to throw, settles underneath here to Hopkins, who's left wide open. You gotta keep it up. Ball's out here. Oh my, should have been recovered. The ball got jarred loose. I don't know who punched it out. A rejuvenation team here in Houston with these 2 new additions potentially. More play action. Dalton almost got there, but Jalen with the INT. Oh my goodness, and this Houston defense getting one of their patented INTs. Jalen Petrie does it again. Here comes Mason Pryor and company here, starting at their own 22-yard line. Pryor looks to throw, slings it over the middle. Nico Collins does it again for his offense, gets the first down. And the other thing to note here about the addition of Ridley, he is a mentor. He will help out our young receivers here. Going now to Wilkerson is off his hands. Pryor in the shotgun here, 2nd down and 10. Looks to throw, looking, settles underneath here. Collins yet again, and he gets the first down. Pryor staying in the shotgun here as Tony Pollard checks in. 3 receivers to the left. Now Tony will get the call here, who's had a quiet so far season. He gains 4. Like I said, today will be a little bit of a longer episode. We will be going through a bit of the draft, as well as we will be going through some stats here, as we're going to settle underneath here to Pollard, and Pollard will get the first down. Houston faces a 3rd down and 8 here. Pryor the shotgun needs this conversion. Takes the snap, looks to throw, looking for Ridley, and Calvin Ridley with a big-time reception here. Houston might look at Calvin Ridley as a 3rd receiver, but I think we all know that he's replacing Brandon Cooks here, and that's exactly why you go get a receiver like a Calvin Ridley. Go up, go make the catch here on a 3rd down and long. 3rd down, 1st down and goal here at the 3. Pryor dropping back. He looks to throw here. He's looking end zone. Wilkerson caught, touchdown. His 2nd of today's action here. Houston is taking all their shots here, and it's right now working into their favor. Well, Davison has a lot of work to do. He's been keeping the ship afloat here for Arizona, but now you haven't faced a team like Houston. Here goes Howard, the young back here. Won't go far. The defensive line changes here as it's 2nd down and 10 here. Gonna hand this ball off again, but this defense is right there. Oh my goodness, they are in negative rushing yards right now. Here comes an empty look here on 3rd down and long here. Takes the snap, looks to throw, got hit, ball's caught here, but our defense is right there. It's 4th down, another 3 and out. Pryor and offense here will start at their own 32-yard line here, trying to go up by 3 scores as they are looking so rejuvenated here. Pryor taking a deep shot here. He wants Ridley. Ball's off the mark. This offense looks so much different with Ridley out there here. Pryor takes the snap here, goes Tony Pollard. Pollard makes a move here, and he's going to fight for the first down. Excellent blocking there by these receivers. Pryor will turn to the pistol formation here on 1st down. Takes the snap, he looks to throw now, and as he turns to Brock Morgan, the 2nd-year wideout, he reels it in. Mason Pryor faces a 3rd down and 2 here. 3 receiver set. Takes the snap, he looks to throw now, and he's going to turn to now Ridley and his undercut here. He wanted Ridley, and is picked off here by Diablo here, or Piablo, and he has his first INT of today's action. Because of that bad pass here, Arizona has an opportunity here. Last play here of the first quarter. This pass will go over the middle. Tommy Tremble, who breaks initial contact, who's still fighting, and he gets close to the marker. Second down and inches here at the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Howard, his first positive yardage here. He's still in negative, but he finally got some yardage. Fresh set of downs here for this Arizona offense now. Howard's the lone back. Here goes Davison, looks to throw, settles underneath here, and this pass will gain 9. It's third down and 1 now. Houston's trying to force a field goal attempt. Davison looks to throw, plenty of time, settles underneath here, and that is Rondale Moore. Fresh set of downs here for this Arizona offense inside the 20-yard line. Looks to throw, pressured, sack, fumble, picked up someone, and it's picked up by Arizona. Bosa with a big-time sack, but Arizona's still able to recover it. Second down and 22 here. Davison feeling this rush here. Play action. No, they're handing this ball off. Howard up the middle. Makes a move. Breaks initial contact. Thankfully, Myers with an excellent tackle. It's third down and 6 now here. After that delay give. Looks to throw is Davison underneath here. And that's Moore. And they're going to force a fourth down. As Arizona is going to line up here for the field goal attempt here. Fourth down and 1. Maybe they could fake it. No, they don't. It's up and it's good. Pryor here will start at his own 25-yard line here. He still has a good lead here. Coming off the turnover. Play action fake. Looks to throw. Got hit. He wanted Ridley. Can't take those unnecessary hits here. Second down and 10 here. Pryor handing this ball off to Damian Pierce. And Pierce is showing that he can run against this defense right now. But it's third down and 2 here. Houston looks like they want to throw it, and they will do so. Pryor looks to throw, tries to get this ball to Richards, and he can't. It's intercepted. Simmons back the other way now. Pick 6. Oh my goodness, you just can't have that if you're Houston. Mason Pryor over the last now 2 weeks here has thrown 5 interceptions. We just can't have that. Here's Damian Pierce up the middle, gain of 4. Second down and 6 here. Maybe trying to settle down a little bit if you're Pryor. Here goes Damian Pierce up the middle. Gets a good block there. And he's able to get the first down and a lot more. It's third down and 10 here. Pryor with a bunch formation. Takes the snap. He looks to throw now. Trying to get this ball to Collins. Collins catches it and he runs for the first down. Demoralizing this defense. Third down and 6 here. Pryor takes the snap. He looks to throw. He wants Paul Wilkerson, and Wilkerson reels it down. What a job there, right up the seam. Now Houston feels like they have 3 receivers that are true number 1s. Pryor back to this aerial attack. Steps up in the pocket. He wants Collins, and he's intercepted for the 3rd time. Oh my goodness, you can't have that here in the first half. You can't have those type of interceptions here if you're Mason Pryor. Now, Dawson here will start at his own 9-yard line here. He's only down by 4. Play action fake, looks to throw. Plenty of time. Hayworth, sack fumble, picked up by Houston. Give them the touchdown. Houston did it there. Cameron Hayworth, his first career sack as a Houston Texan, is a forced fumble. Bosa picks it up, and Houston might just get a little bit more momentum on their side. Well, Dawson here, again, down by 11 here. Can you get a good drive here after that sack fumble? Here's a little carry here for Howard, and Howard up the middle, and he gets positive yardage and the first down. Got to be able to slow down this running game here if Arizona can get it going here. Entering the later stages here, the second quarter, but Bosa's in the backfield. Oh my. Houston is putting out all their talent as they possibly can here. Second down and 13. And this pass here will go underneath here to DeAndre Hopkins. Third down and 4 here. Almost to the 2-minute warning here. Arizona is trying to get this conversion. Looks to throw this pass quickly. Tremble, first down. Here at the beginning of the 2-minute warning here, Houston has an 11-point lead as Arizona is driving here. Looks to throw. Gets this ball over in the middle to Tommy Tremble yet again. Arizona's being able to put a lot of things on Dawson here, he's looked good out there. Gets this ball again to Tremble for 5. Arizona's making some moves now. Looks to throw. Gets this ball here yet again here. This is Kevin with a reception. Fresh set of downs here for Dawson in Arizona. Looks to throw, setting up a little screen now. This pass here for Howard, who's good for the receiving aid, and he's gonna find the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. They're staying in this ball game here. Oh my goodness. Minute 7 to go here for Houston. Can they get a drive going? Pryor looks to throw, looks to take a deep shot here with Wilkerson, and it's intercepted again. Buda Baker baited Mason Pryor's gonna throw him out of bounds here through frustration. And my goodness, get him out of here. 4th interception of today's action here, and now Arizona has an opportunity. Starting at their own, Houston's own 30-yard line, looks to throw, gets this ball to Hopkins, and this pass goes for 6. 2nd down and 6 now here for Dawson and company. Bunch formation to the right. Looks to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket. Here's a wide open DeAndre Hopkins breaking the tackles. He sets his team up. 1st down and goal here at the 6. 1st down and goal here at the 6. Arizona has an opportunity to take the lead here. Surprise, surprise, it's intercepted here. Marcus Cook, the 2nd-year corner with the INT. What a job here for this Houston defense, keeping their offense at bay. Oh my goodness, what a job. As we're going to be heading into halftime here, Houston has a 21-17 lead as we've seen 7 turnovers in the first half. We have caused 4 of our own now. We have a lot of work to do. Mason Pryor looks like he's regressing a little bit. We got to get him comfortable again in this pocket, as he has looked pretty bad out there at times. Though I think it's kind of misreads on my end, and maybe the defender's just making some plays. I think we got to turn to Dameon Pierce and start running the football a little bit more. The thing is this. If we lose this in today's action here, we almost fall back to 500 here. We really don't have any more room really for error. As Jabril Peppers is dealing with an injury, but you know, we decided to be buyers here in the trade deadline. We could have stayed put or we could have been sellers, but we decided to go out there and get some players. It's now time for us to get back into this winning column if we cannot win this game here, because I'm not going to allow myself to make a trade to just sell these players back to their respected teams or anything. So this is our team here for the rest of the season, as Dwight here will get the big time sack, the rookie young playmaker, his 3rd sack of this season, and this Houston defense continues to impress. As it's 2nd down and 17 after the sack here, Dawson was having a promising drive here, setting up a screen now. Bosa gonna make the play here. Howard, who's caught a touchdown, gets this to a 3rd down and manageable. And here comes 3rd down and 12 here. Dawson needs this conversion here, and he's right. He got to get inside the 40. Looks to throw. Plenty of time. Time starting to run out. Got hit. It's 4th down. Pryor here will start at his own 14-yard line here, trying to calm him down, handing this ball off to Tony Pollard. Pollard, the veteran, back, will gain a couple yards, but penalty flag is thrown. And I think this is a holding, and it is. Due to the holding call, now we're starting at our own 8-yard line here. 1st down and 16. I formation now. Dameon Pierce up the middle, and Pierce will get some yards back. Houston trying to utilize every bit of their arsenal here. 2nd down and 12 now. Pryor sets up a little screen here. Here's Pierce. Pierce trying to weave his way through these blocking, and it's now 3rd down and short. 3rd down and 5 here. Pryor takes the snap. He looks to throw. Looking, and he's gonna be sacked. Fumble. He wanted someone. No one was open, and this ball is gonna go into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Allen, who picked it up, he scoops and scores. Pryor here will start at his own 32-yard line after being sacked, and the ball got jarred loose. He looks to throw, settles underneath here to Nico Collins. Collins trying to settling him down. He gets the 1st down. Pryor has 6 turnovers in today's action here. Not a statistic that we want to see. Pryor looks to throw, looking deep down the field here for Collins, and he's intercepted again. Buda Baker does it again for his defense. And my goodness, I've almost had enough here of Madden. Up to our defense now here. We're down by 3 here, and we just had another turnover. Our defense is probably tired. Here goes Tommy Tremble underneath now. Gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 now. Dawson in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He looks to throw. Settles underneath here. Tremble yet again. Excuse me, that was not a catch here. It's third down now. Houston's trying to get it off the field yet again here. Give their offense another opportunity. Looks to throw. Hopkins does it again. Third down and 7 here. Looks to throw. Plenty of time. Tremble yet again. You gotta be kidding me. Fresh set of downs here for Arizona inside the 35 of Houston, trying to go up by multiple scores. Here's Howard with an excellent delay give. Jalen has to save a touchdown. But my goodness, you can't have that if you're Houston. Second down and 4 now. Empty look here for Dawson, trying to go up by multiple scores. Looks to throw end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. They do it again. Well, Houston has some work to do here. They're down by 10 here. Pryor. Play action fake, looks to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket. He wants Collins, who caught it. He's catching it and running it here. He has 4 defenders around him, but Nico Collins does it for his quarterback. Putting everything on the line here. Now they're inside Plutz territory. Bringing in the fullback now for second down and 7. Here's Pierce yet again. Excellent blockade, and can he go all the way here? And he's pushed at the 2-yard line, but Damian Pierce, if he does have a bit more of speed. It's now first down and goal here at the 2. Pryor takes the snap. He looks to throw. Looking. He wants end zone. He wants Richards. Caught. Touchdown, Houston. Richard Palmer, the second-year tight end. Welcome back. Touchdown, Houston. We're still in this ball game. And here comes Arizona. You're still up by 3. And you want to be able to put up more points on this drive. Late stages here, the third quarter. Start with a little screen here, and this pass here to Howard goes for 9. Dawson is in the empty look. He looks to throw. Plenty of time. Goes to the sideline. Hopkins, first down. And if you're Houston right now, you got to be able to get something for your offense yet again here. You want to continue playing dominant defense. Here's Howard yet again, up the middle. Nova with an excellent tackle. Dawson in the shotgun here at the 45-yard line. Takes the snap, handed this ball off to Howard yet again, and he gets the first down. You're at the 50 right now. Past the 50, excuse me. Last play here, the third quarter. Dawson takes the snap, settles underneath here. Howard, this dink and dunk continues to work. Turned to the shotgun here on second down. As AJ Diller checks in. No, they're going to do a little read option, but Brent with the excellent sack. And here at the beginning of the fourth quarter, Arizona has a 3-point lead here, but they have a good drive here. They face a third down. Looks to throw. Tremble caught it. Breaks a tackle. Gets the first down. Just got to be able to make that play if you're Houston. You just got to be able to force a punt. As Arizona's going to look to throw here. Looking. Plenty of time. Pressure's going to get there. Stacked again. And that is Adoree Jackson and his turn from his corner position. Third down and 12 here. Arizona's just trying to get into field goal range here. Here's an empty look here for Dawson. The young quarterback looks to throw. Houston sends a blitz. Gets this ball here to Hopkins. And I think they are in field goal range. They will be lining up for a long field goal attempt here. This will give them a 6-point lead, not a multi-score lead, but it's a fake! It's a fake! It's caught here at the sideline. No, it's a turnover on downs. Arizona faked it. The kicker, I believe, threw it. I don't know what the hell Arizona's doing. Bad pass, turnover on downs. We're only down by 3. What an exciting matchup here in week 8. Pryor into the pistol formation, handing this ball off to Damian Pierce, and Pierce up the middle gains a couple. And if you're Houston right now, you have your entire playbook to work with. You do not have to abandon this running game, and they might actually. Here's third down and 8 here. Pryor needs this conversion. Takes the snap, play action fake, looks to throw here. Trying to get this ball to Wilkerson, and he just got red. It's picked off here yet again. And this pass, and that's Milton with the INT. Mason Pryor, I think, was just staring down Paul Wilkerson ever since the play action, and this Arizona defense made him pay. 7th turnover of today's action here, and Arizona has an opportunity now to go up by multiple scores. Here is Dawson, looks to throw, settles underneath here, caught here by Johnson, gain of 2. Here's third down and 4 here at the 10. Dawson in the shotgun here. Right around 5 minutes to go. Looks to throw. Plenty of time. End zone! It's off the mark. It's fourth down. Arizona here with a chip shot field goal. I don't think they're going to fake it here. It's up, it's good, they're up by 6. Well, if you're Houston right now, yeah, Mason Pryor has thrown a ton of turnovers in today's action, and you need him to throw. He'll start by looking to throw, slings it over the middle. Wilkerson caught, first down. 2nd down and 6 here. Pryor I formation, handing this ball off to Pierce up the middle, and he gains a few. 3rd down and 3 here for Pryor. He needs this conversion. We have struggled on 3rd down. Got that ball to Richard Palmer, the young tight end, gets the first down. Empty look now here for Mason Pryor and team. Pryor takes the snap, looks to throw, slings it to the outside again, intercepted here. Brian Murphy. Oh my goodness. You can't have that if you're Houston. You just can't. Mason Pryor has an open receiver here, and he just doesn't throw a bet. Just the timing. God damn. Arizona here will start at their own 44-yard line here. It's up to our defense to make a play. They have to. Here comes a little pitch here to Howard. Howard bounces it outside here. Marcus Cook, the last man to make a play, and he misses him. Touchdown, Arizona. Get me the hell out of here of week 8. Arizona will go for 2 here. This was going to be my last play I commentated today's action. 2-point try here for Arizona. They're going to hand this ball off to Howard and to White, who continues to impress me. Makes that play. And in here in week 8, the Arizona Cardinals will be beating the Houston Texans 40-28 in a ball game where we saw multiple turnovers. 7, I believe, maybe 8. One too many. I mean, my goodness, you just can't have that if you're Houston. 8 turnovers. You just can't have that. You just can't. We forced 3 of our own, but you just can't have that. Mason Pryor, he struggled yet again, and you just, I don't know. We put out Daniel Williams just to, again, just get some stuff, but 3 touchdowns to 7 INTs. And some of those passes are passes we do on a regular basis. And he had them being picked. Ran the ball solidly. Collins had 153 yards. Wilkerson had 100. No one else really got involved. It was a great catch there by Ridley, but 1 sack allowed. Can't blame the offensive line. We forced our defense played great. I can't. This game is completely on number 15. Completely. So we do have a bunch of upgrades here. We'll start here with Damian Pierce. Pierce, we will work on his receiving game. I think as an overall back, Pierce is an excellent playmaker. I love where he's at as a player for us. Jabril Peppers next up here. We'll go with run support. So we dropped 3 straight here. I'm just going to kind of commentate. Mason Pryor, what the hell did we work on with you? Everything. We need all these accuracies to work. We'll go with field general with him. Doesn't move him up an overall, and we only get 1 skill point plus 2 short accuracy. So that's in the 90s at least. Kenyon Green here. We're gonna go with agile for him, make him an 82 overall. He is solid, top 5 guard in this league. Then Nova here. I want to work on run stopping with him as well. Nova, get some block shed and play rec. Like where his ratings are, and then Tommy Black will just auto let that. I don't think he's gonna stay on this roster. The game just decided to sign him. But we drove 3 straight now. My goodness. What more to say? We dropped 3 straight. I'm not even gonna go to the NFL draft. Next time we'll be against the LA Chargers in week 9. Guys, goddamn, we have work to do. We just got work to do. I don't know. Mason Pryor, I just don't know with him. I got nothing. I don't know. It's not the offensive line. It's not the receivers. Is it me? Probably. But guys, please leave a like, comment down below what you thought we should, what do you think we should do? I'm gonna keep it here. If you guys really think that we should make a trade, I will make a trade, but I'm gonna keep it here. Guys, leave your comments down below, leave a like, subscribe, you know the deal. I'll see you in the next one.